This is the Nathan, Nat and Sean podcast.
Hi, everybody.
G'day.
We had a packed show today. We're talking a little bit about footy. Jordan Clark joins us.
That was good. We're joined by the big Pav Ross. What did you like about today's show in particular?
I liked Hughesy. He's told us about how he bombed his very first gig in Northbridge, his first comedy gig, and that Rove was at.
Yeah.
Which is
How's
very
that?
random.
I know. And then Rove gave him a gig on Rove Live.
Yeah.
It's amazing, wasn't it? Plus, we talk about vendettas.
Great
I
story.
tell a story about a woman who has waged perhaps what are we looking at least 30-year battle against a business. And the way that she did it is so unique and effective.
Commitment. Love it.
This is Nathan, Nat and Sean. 937.
It's 6:08. Nathan and Sean. We've got Ross with us today.
Hello.
Good to see you, Ross.
Hello.
Ross.
I was saying to Nat, I hosted the B Street Smart Arts road safety event yesterday. There was about 15,000 kids over 2 days. I had one kid from the crowd yell at me, say, come over here, come over here. A lot of people were, I said, you're from Nova, but this one person said, hey, Ross, I dog sit Nat's dog.
That's not what he said, Ross.
What did he say?
That's not what he said. He did not say, hey, Ross, because he then said to me, I met Sean today.
That's a win
And I
for
said,
me.
Where did you meet Sean? Thinking he was going to say the supermarket.
Yeah.
And he said at that event, and I went, no, that wasn't Sean. That was
No.
Ross. And he went, and he looked at me really quizzically, like, I do not understand what you're saying to me. He said he worked at Nova. It's like, there's more than one man
Yeah.
that works at Nova.
But did he know Sean used to play for the Fremantle Dockers and was captain?
so.
Because if he thought that and he
I
somehow
know.
thought it was me,
I
that is
know.
the biggest compliment I've
Mate,
ever
you're
had.
fit as a fiddle.
But all the
Better
ex-footballers
looking
let
than me.
themselves go.
Matt, my daughter went along to the
Oh, did
RAC
she?
with Santa Maria
Did
just the
she
other
think
day.
that was you as well?
Well, she knew straight away. She said there was a really nice guy that was the MC or
Yes.
the compere or something, Ross, and he works with you.
Oh,
Yeah.
And you're like, yeah, I know.
937. I said, yes, he's a superstar.
You should have told me. I do shout-outs to specific
Oh, do
kids
you?
sometimes.
to make you
She
feel
really
special.
enjoyed it, Ross. I did tell Ross that he really enjoyed it, and you said it was quite intense.
Well, yeah, it is intense.
It's not the sort of thing you enjoy because the idea
No.
of it is to
Keep people alive,
make
keep
them
kids alive.
responsible drivers.
Know
Yeah,
about the
that's right.
serious consequences that happen.
Yeah.
There is some lighthearted stuff, but yeah, it's a serious event. So I hope she got a lot out of it.
No, she did. She did.
Hope she drives better than her father.
I think we all hope that, Nat.
Nathan, Nat and Sean podcast.
Look at me.
Oh, no.
Oh, see.
Are you going to do it?
Do you want to do? Do you want to?
You go.
Have you eaten something this morning?
You got something
Got a
to eat.
big green thing in your teeth.
What have you eaten? What have you eaten?
I didn't notice.
It's like, honestly, it looks like half
Three-quarters asparagus.
half of a head of cabbage.
But it's kind you tell. You want to be
That's right.
told.
Telling me we need
That's
friends
right.
like you,
Exactly.
Nat.
I'm here
Okay.
for you.
Lick your teeth. Lick your teeth. Tell you, lick your teeth.
I
Joe,
chickened out.
and I won't look at that and then come back to us.
Wait, come
Okay,
on.
go.
He's really getting into it? Yes.
No, it's worse.
Oh, no, it's migrated into right in the middle.
Can we
Do this
take a
for your
photo and
friends.
put it up?
What is it?
We don't know.
I don't know, but like either algae has grown there or you've had something to eat this morning that had spinach
Oh,
in
well,
it.
thanks for telling me, guys.
Yeah, no, we're here because we're friends,
I'll
we're a
go do the
family.
traffic, yeah.
Right.
Nathan, Nat and Sean podcast.
So, Ross, at the start of the show, you were talking about you've been away for a couple of days and you were hosting an event with a whole heap of schools get to come and see. Now, what was that?
It was RACB Street Smart. It's a road safety event with, I think they're year 11s or year 10s. They're about to get their
10s.
licence.
Yeah.
And there was 15,000 people there over 2 days. And the idea is to keep them alive,
Yes.
give them the real messages about the
So
seriousness.
some of the stuff that they see is quite graphic
Well,
because
Rob-
the idea is to shock them into, you know,
Life can go wrong really
Making good
quickly.
decisions, yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Rob Pike, he has no legs. He lost
Yes.
his legs. He's one of the speakers there. It's a brilliant event. I think
Yes.
it does really well. One of the things they do is they have the Ausland interpreters for the deaf and hard of hearing.
Yep.
There's some students there. And there's 4 of them. And so they're doing their thing. And I always worry about my one because I I go off script
script.
and shout out to schools and happy birthday to Tenzin from this school, etc. But one of the doctors, Dr. Rao, delightful man. He goes through he was a trauma surgeon for more than 20 years. He goes
he's
through
seen some stuff, hasn't he?
exactly, and he goes through some of that stuff. He talks at one stage, and it's not a light thing, but at one stage there is a lighter bit about some of the, well, I wouldn't say it's light, but he speaks about the medical consequences of some of the things that could happen with if you have hip injuries.
Yeah.
And the interpreter, he mentioned you could have issues with erectile dysfunction.
Yes.
Or he
What's the sign for that? Is
You can't see it, but it's like one finger.
Oh, and then it just
It goes
wilts.
up hard.
It's just one finger up. And then he also talked about, I don't even want to say the word.
You've got to.
The peak of the fun, you know? You know what I'm talking about. It's the ad you sometimes hear and you don't like. That one, if you could have issues with that part.
That's something that might happen prematurely.
Yeah, that's the one.
So how does that...
That one
What is that?
is exactly what you think it is with your hands.
Oh,
Exactly. So I heard him
Sean, you do that sign all the time.
All the time.
I heard him say it, and then I didn't see him do the thing. So he came off stage. I was like, man, you got stitched up there a bit. And I spoke to the other Auslan interpreters, and they said, yeah, he's a new guy. He's the one who had to do that. So he did
was
really
the new
well.
guy.
And I don't know if he knew it was coming up, but he knows his stuff.
Yeah,
and you need to.
So feeding the chooks is actually a good sign.
Yes. Who knew you were fluent in Auslan, Sean?
Unbelievable.
As long as that's all you
It's
want
my
to talk
second language.
All you want to talk to a deaf person about. I can remember seeing one time Adam Hill's great comedian, and he did a show where he had an Auslan interpreter signing his show, and there were the sign, and he actually drew attention to it. But the sign for tampon is hilarious. Like it's a very over-exaggerated, like whoop, and up and under.
Pity this is radio. We're doing all the very specific.
Yeah. We should bring in sign language for radio.
We should. That's going to be an absolute winner.
Because we're progressive and inclusive.
Nathan, Nat, and Sean podcast.
Can we talk for a little bit about what is the dream, Sean? I'm not a beach person, but I think if this happened at the beach regularly, I would be all over it. In Kiama, in New South Wales, at a place called Kendall's Beach, $100 notes were washing up on the beach. $100 notes.
You bloody ripper.
People were swimming out into the water, like in their clothes and everything, to get this money that's just floating, drifting around.
So there was a lot. There wasn't just a couple.
No.
There's enough for people to want to.
There were
wads.
What happened? How? What?
Well, most. I mean,
It's
they
an
reckon
interesting
there's.
word, what, isn't it?
They reckon there's
Yeah.
big
And we'll
bricks
get back
of
to that later.
cocaine wash up on the beach
Yeah,
over there
yeah.
too. So it's probably related.
When do you ever see $100 bills? When do you ever
know.
see multiple $100 bills? You think drugs?
So when the cyclones were all happening, one of the warnings before then was talking about how the beach is all going to wash away, right? All
Yes.
the way down that northern
erosion,
New South Wales coast and also Queensland. But the one thing that they were saying, if you come across drugs and or money, you just got to, call the authorities. Would you, in a million years, watch a whole heap of cash wash in and ring the cops?
Sean, the answer is someone did. Because
Ruined it for everyone.
New South Wales Police confirmed that officers responded to a call about the money and spoke to a woman at the beach. You stupid snitch. Just pick up the money, let everybody have a go, and go home. What is wrong with you?
Stitches get stitches, we know it. All over
yes,
that lady.
report the drugs. Don't report the money, because you can use that
You have to report
buy
the drugs,
things.
because that's the thing too.
Yeah, the drugs you'd report. But the
Right,
money.
okay, Ross, amongst us, Natalie, the money rolls up onto the beach. Ross, what are you
is
doing?
Jobbing. Straight on the phone, aren't you?
I probably would say something. Just because, it sits with the art and you're going to have that. You
Ross,
remember when that
you
time I was
do-
unethical?
You do literally anything for money.
I do.
time I was
I do.
unethical.
But
and it's gifted. The Lord has presented it to you.
I don't do anything for money. Most things for money. And this is most of them are ethical. Most of them. This one, I'd feel bad.
Why?
For who?
What, for the drug dealer?
Yeah, actually, there's no
Okay,
victim in
This
this
is
is
a
the only
victimless
this is the
crime.
only time that you would think, because you'd have this feeling that there's someone watching me and other drug dealers sitting in the
Yes.
dunes waiting for this, and they've seen it happen. Then they follow you home and kill you, right? Okay, we've all seen that.
No,
movie.
but that's why you tell your friend, tell everybody around you, come on, we'll all go in, because they can't get all of us. They can't follow all of us on.
Safety numbers, good
Yeah.
call, Nat.
All right. Yeah,
And then everybody gets a bit.
I take a couple, but then I give people on the beach a heads up. So you're doing a good thing, right? Hey, hope you're having a good day. Get some money. And
I'm
then you're
about to call the cops.
about to ruin it for everyone. Get in.
This is the closest I've come to it. I've told this story before. I hope I don't know if you heard it, Ross, but when I bought the block that we then built a house on,
yeah.
our neighbours had already started doing a build on their part of the block. So it was one split into two. And they came to us one day and they said, you need to dig up your backyard, or you need to be around when the earthworks are being done. So because we've found money, they've got like up to $2 or $3 grand worth of cash
Buried
in the backyard.
And Ross, I used to live next door to this block many years ago, and the old boy that lived there was a hoarder. So there were just piles of stuff out the back.
Yep.
Like piles and piles. He ordered it. There'd be like a whole pile of glass flagons and piles of timber
Glass
things.
flagons.
And literally there were like little paths in between. Like friends would come over and I'd say, come and look at this. And we'd look over the fence and see, look at his piles.
Yeah.
And obviously what he was doing is burying his money because he
Burying
didn't
cash.
trust the banks.
And
So the excavation happened and all that kind of.
And you were
the plumbers
around?
come in. No, I wasn't around.
Oh.
And I turned up later in the day on a couple of occasions. No one mentioned a thing.
No, you know what? So now you get to stay in the beach houses of those excavators, though, don't you?
they're retired.
Oh, what a joke! I missed it.
So close. All right. So Ross is calling the cops, just so you know. Don't go fossicking on the beach with him. He's going to ruin it for everyone.
This is the Nathan, Nat, and Sean podcast.
Feeling tired? It's time for a coffee run. Try Char Time's new coffee range. Iced latte, iced long black, and iced brown sugar cookie latte.
Here we go. Time to play Coffee Run. Up for grabs, $1,000 cash to launch the new range of Char Time coffee drinks.
What a start to your
days.
morning. We're going to have a couple of people go head-to-head this morning. One's Shelley and the other one's Sandra. We'll start with you, Shelley. Good morning.
Good morning.
Morning.
Have you had your coffee this morning, Shell?
No, not yet. Not until I get to work.
Oh,
But she switched on anyway. I can
yeah,
feel
that's
it
right.
in her voice.
That's true.
Nat.
That's true. Sandra, hello.
Hello, how you going?
Wonderful, Sandra.
Have you had your coffee this morning, Sandra?
Absolutely. Double shot latte, one sugar and extra hot.
That's a big order.
Sandra, that's amazing.
You sound switched on.
Loving it.
Do you make it yourself or you do get it locally from one of the places around Bicton?
Drive through.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
No
nice.
worries.
All right, good to know. All right, Shelley, you called through first, which means you get to choose your coffee order. So on the one hand, there is a latte, which is questions about art and culture, famous paintings, museums, and cultural knowledge.
All right. Otherwise, there's macchiato, small but mighty. We're talking about tiny but powerful things. Animals, ants, small countries, mini tech.
Etc. Shelley, which coffee order would you like?
I think I'll go for the latte, please.
All right, Shelley's on the latte. That means, Sandra, you're on the macchiato. I know.
Oh.
Shelley, you're gonna get the first question. Okay, Shelley.
Yep.
In which museum can you find the Mona Lisa?
The Louvre.
Shelley's on the board, everybody. Well done.
Fantastic. Score check, please.
1-0. That's all I do in this bit, by the way. Thanks for bringing me
Hey,
into
it matters.
it. Thank you.
Question for Sandra. Which insect can carry up to 50 times its body weight?
An ant.
Correct.
1-0.
All right,
Latte.
Shelley, next question. What is the main language spoken in Brazil?
Spanish.
Incorrect. It's Portuguese.
Portuguese.
actually.
Carry Perry.
Yes, obrigado.
Yeah, absolutely.
No point there.
Question for Sandra. What is the smallest country in the world by land area?
Oh, Lithuania.
That was a real good guess.
She's confident.
It's
about
really
Vatican City.
random. Yeah, the Vatican.
Vatican.
City.
Oh.
I know.
yeah.
It's tiny.
Comes up a lot, actually.
Doing okay.
Quizzes?
That's a quiz question.
It is.
Speaking of the Vatican City, Shelley, your next question. What is the name of the ceiling mural painted by Michelangelo in Vatican City?
The Sistine Chapel.
Yes.
God bless you.
Score
God bless
check.
you, Shelley.
2 to Shelley, 1 to Sandra.
Okay.
All right, Sandra, you need this
Tie
one.
this one up. Sandra, which small but powerful organ in the body controls all our movements and thoughts?
God, the thyroid.
Sorry, all our movements and thoughts.
Oh.
Yeah, no.
All right.
Thoughts.
No, it's wrong. She's wrong.
Already got it.
Brain.
It's just the brain, yeah.
Yeah.
Sadly, you overthought that a little bit, Sandra.
I did.
That's called irony. Score check?
2 to Shelley, still 1 to Sandra.
Okay. Shell, this is for you. Which desert is the largest and hottest in the world?
Sahara.
Boom. Yes, it is.
Jeez, okay. Sandra, which tiny bird is known for its incredible speed and ability to hover?
I don't know, the hovercraft.
Hovercraft is not a bird. It is the hummingbird.
Hummingbird, yeah.
It started off really good for you, Sam.
I know.
I
But
know.
the hovercraft does hover, so she got.
Yeah, exactly. Shelley, next question. Which American artist is known for paintings of soup cans and Marilyn Monroe?
Andy Warhol.
Oh, you're on the brink of victory.
One off.
Isn't she?
One off.
And she
winning.
hasn't had her coffee yet, Sandra. Imagine.
No, I know.
Sandra, your question. What is the smallest planet in our solar system?
Oh, Uranus.
It's itchy, but no.
It's not, but you got to say it on the radio, so
Mercury.
nicely
There you
done.
go.
All right, this is for the win.
For the win,
Yeah.
okay. Which North American holiday is celebrated with a big feast on the 4th Thursday of November?
Thanksgiving.
She's done it, everybody. She's done
Excellent.
it.
Well done.
Shelley, $1,000 cash from our friends at Char Time to celebrate the new Char Time coffee drinks range. All yours.
Well
Thank
done,
you very
Kelly.
much.
Oh,
Good stuff.
Sandra,
very
Sandra, you
sporting,
did great as
Sandra.
well. Sandra was the most entertaining loser we've had on
Yes,
the
that's
show. And
true.
I don't say that meanly.
Loser, say
Sandra.
non-winner, please.
Non-winner.
I'm not a loser.
No, you're right.
Exactly.
You're right, Sandra. You
Got your back,
certainly not a
Sandra,
winner.
Don't you worry. You leave her alone, Ross.
Sandra,
She
well
tried
done.
hard. She tried
you.
hard. And she said Uranus. So, that will call that a victory. Guess what, everyone? We're going to do it again tomorrow. Another $1,000 up for grabs.
This is the Nathan, Nat, and Sean podcast.
Sean just brought Ross
A glass of milk. He got me a glass of milk. And, because I
In
can't...
a bowl, though. It's weird. What do you want it in a bowl
You
for, Ross?
identifying as a cat now. We've heard the rumours of this sort of thing.
You know when your tummy's empty and you just want to put something in it quickly? I can't leave the desk for more than a minute because I got to press buttons all the time. And I had to go to the bathroom. And I just said to Nat, if anyone goes to the kitchen, can you please get me a glass of
And I
milk?
said categorically no.
Yeah. And Sean?
I got you a glass. I hope
Thank
you're not
you.
Lactose intolerant because that
No.
goes straight through me.
No,
Yeah.
and I know where my real friends are. Sean and Mac.
God bless you,
You
Ross.
got me. I appreciate that.
Let's pick on him, though.
Okay. Yeah. No,
Super segue. So, Ross, talk us through your outfit today, please.
Okay, well, I woke up this morning. I have probably a bit too bright
It's not
blue.
too bright.
no,
Blue
I don't mind your
t-shirt.
shirt. I don't mind your shirt.
It's a collared short sleeve collared shirt, button down with a blue, like a tropical print, but in
Yeah.
blue, just blue and white.
It's fun.
It'd be perfect for a retirement village in Miami.
Yeah. That's Man,
Is that what you're going
In
for?
fact,
Because you
a bit-
nailed it.
A bit subdued for that, to be
Yeah.
honest, but that vibe. Yeah.
And you
Yeah.
guys aren't. This is not
No, I like it.
what you
I
want
like
to talk about either.
No, it's not.
I had
'Cause
the
what
choice-
have you paired it with?
I had the choice of shorts because it's going to be 38 degrees. But when I got up at 4 a.m., I had pants out as well, and these are my comfy pants. And I know the number one rule around here that I've worked out is don't try. And I try not to try.
Wow. Okay. Well, you certainly didn't try today.
Sorry, that's my rule.
Yeah, I was going to say, excuse me.
Look at Natalie.
Like, I
She's
even
lovely.
ironed my pants, I'll have you know.
I try not to try. So I got the pants, which happened to be free pants I got when I ordered protein powder. So they're promo pants. You could pick either the shaker or the Rule 1 pants, and they got a huge Rule 1 logo. So it's obvious that they're
Promo pants.
They're merch.
Yeah, they're merch.
So you're wearing protein pants.
And they're terrible. They're not good.
And they're like tracksuit vibe.
Yeah, but they're comfortable. And remember, don't try. I didn't, but you got a problem with me not trying.
I think you made a really good decision because a lot of people would weigh up, we're not going to take the shaker because everyone walks around with the protein shaker. I'm one of those people.
And
We've
you've
got them
already
at home.
But you go through them pretty fast.
Yeah, we do because people
'Cause
lose
you're
the
shaking them all the
lids.
time, yeah.
People lose the lid. You leave them somewhere. But pants,
Yeah, I got excited as well. And
very exciting.
It's purely, I'm at a stage of my life.
Not too excited, not that excited.
I don't have a look.
We dress for
No,
We can tell in those pants.
you dress for comfort, and this has got like spit and yogurt from my kids on it, and you're like, I don't.
Sorry.
That's what you're claiming it is.
You're wearing protein pants and you're
Sean-
talking about yogurt.
You've got,
Nice try,
got
buddy.
spit and yogurt on your pants.
Yeah,
What would you choose, Nat? I mean, that's not bad. You've gone to buy your
Spit or
thing.
yogurt? What
I
are you
know.
asking?
The,
What's the choice?
shake or the protein pant?
I mean,
I think you made a really good decision.
Yeah, the pants. They're comfy. You're happy. from the waist down.
I might choose the pants, but I would never wear them in public. Certainly not with a button-down shirt. It's like it's like when you see people on newsreaders on TV and they're all suit and tie at the top and then
Yeah,
casual down
shorts
the
underneath.
bottom. That's what you're doing.
Yeah, and always great to be here when you guys point these things out. So thank you. What did Sean just do?
Sean just got delivered. So Sean delivered you a glass of milk. Amy just delivered Sean a bowl of farty eggs. And Sean just broke the seal on them and started stirring them because they're microwave scrambled eggs.
Protein pants.
I just got a whiff of your protein pants.
years ago, I had to go eat my eggs out in the car park because I was too worried about
they
you guys
stank
complaining.
like that. And I'm eating chicken curry, so, and that's still the best smelling thing in here.
13, 24, 10, what are you having for breakfast?
What's on your pants?
It's the Nathan, Nat and Sean podcast.
New series of Taskmaster. Series 4 kicks off tonight, 8:30 on Channel 10. And that seems like a good enough reason to talk to this man, Hughesy.
What's happening, legends?
Hey, Hughesy. It's been a while.
It has been a while.
Bloody ages, hasn't it? Look, God almighty, you guys are the bloody... when's your statue? There should be a statue. How many years is it now?
I thought you were going to say you're the cockroaches of the radio world.
No, not at all. Bloody well done. Well done for still being legends.
Yeah,
Matt,
I'm in my 23rd year, Hughesy.
Yeah, it's amazing.
In the same chair.
Yeah.
I know, that is bloody fantastic. Well done.
We've
had about 15 jobs and things. Yeah.
It's one of those things. We've had a lot of people come through and work for us over the journey, assistants and supernovas here. As you know, they're all changes their name every 5 seconds. But they've all gone on to do amazing things, and everyone, well, I'm way less than that. Not many a while, but we're still here doing the same thing.
Yeah, but you're doing it so well, there's no need to move.
Love it.
That can be debated.
Hughesy, we got a sneak peek of the first episode of Taskmaster. And where, of course, you do feature very heavily. I'd just like to say this. No spoilers, obviously, for the people that haven't seen it yet. But, you're a stickler for the rules, aren't you?
Well, I just think the rules are the rules for a reason, and if someone breaks them, everyone should be able to break them. Tom Gleeson's very, very fluid in the way he applies the rules, and I don't like it, I don't like it.
I totally agree.
We got that vibe, definitely. I reckon by the third episode, you're going to be taking a lawyer to this thing.
So I should, there's a lot at stake. There's a plastic trophy worth probably 14 cents at the end of it. Point. So you've got to fight hard to get it.
Yeah, tooth and nail.
I totally agree with this. This happened to me recently. And if you're competing for something, no matter what it is, in the end, it's got to be the same for everybody. So you can't give someone an inch. Because
no, you can't. It's like when you try, you let your children win when they're 3 or 4, and then they think they're winners, and often they're not winners. So.
I'm in trouble in the future with my kids. Hughesy, what's some of the? So we see all the fun stuff that makes the cut. What are the maybe boring or interesting things that happen behind the scenes that we don't see on these reality TV shows?
This show's pretty much what happens behind the scenes goes is on camera. So I didn't do anything. It was filmed in New Zealand actually, which is interesting. So. Yeah, hanging out with the Kiwis. I was actually in a sauna with the All Blacks one day, so that was weird. So So actually, Tom Cashman, who's on the show, told an All Black to stop watching he had an iPad in the sauna, and he said, "Mate, that's too loud. Can you turn that off?"
Looked at him like, could have tackled him and rammed his head through the bloody door.
He put that in his show. I saw Tom's show when he came to Perth a couple of months ago, and he puts that. He talks about that in his show, and it's very funny.
Why would
you have a brave man?
iPad in the sauna. What's he watching?
Why would you tell an All Black not to do anything? Ross is the question.
If an All Black wants to watch White Lotus in a sauna, I'm letting him, right?
How many of them were in there?
There was about a dozen in there. So it was like he wasn't taking on one All Black; he was taking on the whole bloody team.
The whole scrum.
Crazy.
You walk into a sauna, there's one person, you feel uncomfortable. You walk into a sauna, there's a team of All Blacks.
Can you imagine? And Tom Cashman's not a big man.
No, he's not a big man.
I mean, you're pretty fit though, Hughesy. You can hold your own.
Oh, yeah, I'd take on this bloke. No doubt about it. When you got nothing to lose, guys, that's the most dangerous person.
That is so true. Hey, Hughesy, you have been busy, as you're saying, doing the Jungle 4, which we all watched in the summer.
What's next?
Yeah, God.
What, is there a cooking show you can go on? What's going on?
Look, I'm back on Channel 10. I'm happy to be back there. There's another show that hasn't been announced, has it? No, so I can't. So I can't say. I will be. There'll be quite a bit of me on Channel 10 this year, and so that's all good. I'm actually coming to Perth as well later in the year to do a show at the
the Astor.
Astor. I think it's the
Astor,
Astor.
and you're in Fremantle Comedy Factory, November 15th.
That's a small one. That'll sell out fast. But the Astor's a bigger venue, so yeah.
Yeah, it's a bloody. Yeah, but buy your tickets today. Why wait? Why wait?
What are you waiting for?
Yeah, exactly. I can't wait for that. Yeah.
Husey
All right.
Rove, Perth boy. Read up you cut your teeth a fair bit in Perth with the comedy scene. Is it true you bombed one of your first gigs?
First gig ever. There might be some people listening who were there. There was only probably about 60 or 70 people there. Rove actually was there as well.
Yeah.
I absolutely flatlined in Northbridge on my first gig in Lake Street. It was a place called
Pockets.
It was Pockets Pool Hall, which is, I don't know, there might be it might be a Kmart now. I don't know what it is now, but and there was no backstage, so you had to walk through the audience to get out of the room. So that was just
no.
And I was talking about being teased at school as I on stage. I thought it would be funny, and no one thought it was funny. They just thought it was sad. And as I'm walking out, I'm just about to get to the exit, and someone from the crowd said, "Yeah, they were right to tease you at school." I'm like, "Oh, thank you." Yeah.
Husey, the myth is, and I'm not sure which way it goes, is that it's either you bombed and Rove was in the audience and said, "I can do that," or you saw Rove and he bombed and you thought, "I can do that." Which of those is true?
No, he saw me and he said, he thought to himself, if they'll let him up there, they'll let anyone up there. I'm going to have a go next week. So I think that my comedy stylings are responsible for Rove's career.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
Well done.
Well done.
Thank you.
You're the wind beneath his wings.
Hey, Husey, after that, where did you get your first TV break for Rove? Right, he did the Access TV. What was it, 44 or something?
31, I think.
31?
Yeah.
I was definitely jealous of Rove. I still am, basically. But, yeah, I was jealous of him because he got his own TV show before I got anything, really. But, he started, as I said, a week after me in Perth. So, my big break, I went on Hey Hey at Saturday, actually.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it was... And you know what? At the time I was on the dial, and I was doing jokes about being on the dial, and so and I went on I went on as a stand-up comedian as well. I'd auditioned twice to be on Red Faces.
Yep.
Which is, if you don't know, older people will know, but younger people won't know. That was like an amateur sort of bit of the show where
Like
they
a
would get
talent
people on and
show.
off.
Yeah.
And just often gong them off and just mock them, basically, for being terrible. I tried to get on that twice, and they would not let me on. The second audition, I'm at Channel 9. I bought a pair of moccasins, from the op shop to try to increase my ability to get on the show. And the guy doing the auditions looking at it's just me and him in a room, and he's looking at his bloody clipboard, and I'm trying to be funny. I said, mate, can you look up at me? I'm doing an act here. And he said, no, I'm going to keep looking at my clipboard. And then he got the security guard to walk me out of the building because he thought I was going to bang him.
That's too good.
That's amazing.
Isn't it, Jake?
How intimidating, by the way, just standing in a room you're delivering, just trying to with one guy.
It's terrible. And you know what? And when I got booked to do the show as a professional comedian, I walked past that guy sort of where he was, and I was looking at him, hey, remember me? He couldn't even bloody remember me. He never looked up from that clipboard.
Yeah.
So.
He's probably still wandering the halls of Channel 9. Though. And look at you, Husey.
Exactly. Look at me, being an idiot.
Well, we can't wait for Taskmaster Australia, the 4th series. It's kicking off tonight at 8:30 on Channel 10. Cannot wait. Husey, it's always a joy.
Yeah.
Thanks, mate.
Good on you, legends. Who's going to get the first win first, Carlton or West Coast or Freo?
It's going to be Freo.
It would have been better if we just didn't talk about it. Husey, come on.
Husey, I think you're going to get there. I do like Vossi. He's one of my favourites of all time.
Yeah, well, yeah, exactly. We'll get there. We'll get there. We don't know where there is, but we'll get somewhere. Right?
I mean, the thing is, at least my team hasn't let me down because I didn't have hopes.
There's no expectations.
Yeah, you and Sean had hopes.
Yeah, it's hope's what kills you.
Love your work, mate. Bye.
This is the Nathan, Nat and Sean podcast.
So I want to tell this story that somebody told me recently. So she was talking to me about when she went travelling as a youngster, did the backpacking around through Asia kind of thing. So this is quite some time ago. And she had to go to the airport to catch a plane to the next destination, she and a friend. And the taxi driver took them to the wrong terminal. And so then they realised, and they had to then, they're in a rush and they get there, they're cutting it really fine.
Yeah.
They rush up to the desk and they're like, this is where we're going. And the girl took their passports and then disappeared out the back. And they're like, what's happened there?
Okay.
what's this about?
Yeah.
And then she didn't come back, and they're like, we're going to miss our flight. So they kind of went, what do we do? Do we make a run for the actual flight and leave
No
the passports
passports,
here?
yeah.
Anyway, which is a bad idea, but this is pre 9/11 when there was a bit more laxity at airports.
Yep.
And so they decided to try that, but security grabbed them, and then they're thrown in an office, and they're like, well, our passports have been taken by staff, and they think that what that staff member wanted was a payment to facilitate the process, but they
Right.
they were backpacking. They didn't have any money anyway to spare. So anyway, so they're in an office with the manager, who then is saying, well, you know, you can't go on that flight, and it's the doors are closed. Yeah, that's it. Too bad. And then he said, you've got to buy a new ticket. And they're like, we're not buying a new ticket. We missed this because you stopped us from getting on the plane. And they're like, no, too bad. You've got to buy a new ticket. And obviously she was furious. And she said, no, that's not acceptable. Yeah, and where are our passports? So they went off, found the passports. Passports come back, magically appear. And then he said, righto, now you've got to buy a ticket. No, we're not buying a ticket. We're not going to do it. And so they didn't have the money to do it. And it was quite a lot. Like, you know, because you're literally buying it, you know, at full tote odds.
Yeah.
And so instead of, you know, getting
There's no explanation for that person just taking the passports and just sneaking off with them.
That was not. And so she said to this guy, if you don't put us on another flight at your expense because you're the reasons that we didn't, then I will tell every single person that I meet for the rest of my life not to fly on this airline. And he went, okay.
Oh.
So anyway.
She doesn't know anyone. That's what he's thinking.
Yeah.
How many people does this woman know?
So then, it's just anyway, she goes on with her travels. She flew with a different airline, moves on with her travels. Every person she met in every hostel, she told them not to fly with this airline. And it's one of the world's bigger airlines. It's not an Australian airline, by the way. One of the world's bigger airlines. Told them not to fly. And every time she told somebody not to fly with them, she sent that guy in the office in Jakarta a postcard saying, today I told 14 people at this hostel not to fly with your airline. And she reckons she sent more than 40 postcards.
How much effort is it to do one postcard?
Yes.
That is a lot of motivation.
From all over the world. Every time she met somebody, and we're now still more than 30 years later, and she said, don't fly with them. And so she's not still sending postcards, but she's still telling people. So much was her feeling that she was wronged in the moment. Imagine writing, while you're backpacking around the world, sending postcards to the guy that's wronged you to tell you how many people she's told not to use their business.
I understand her threatening the guy, and like that's a threat. But once that he calls you out, you're not going to go through with anything.
No.
But she did it.
Yes.
That is like I admire
She's more than 40.
The amount
postcards.
of effort she really is making a point. She's standing behind because she obviously believes it was unfair, and she goes, "I'm making a stand." And it's postcards. Was she pumped when emails came out?
An email's not as because you can delete an email.
Yeah,
I know you can throw a postcard in the bin, but it's something physical and tangible.
It's personal.
And it hurts, and other people can see it. You know what I mean? I think it hurts more, and it shows how much effort you've gone to.
How many people have written angry postcards as well?
That's
Angry
right. Normally it's like, I'm having a great time, wish you were here.
Yeah,
and
you
she's
suck.
like, I told 14 people today not to use your business.
And she did it for over 40 times.
Yes.
God.
Yes.
Mate.
That's the level of vindictiveness that I aspire to.
Yeah. I appreciate that.
Wow, let's
we
talk
talk-
about vendettas.
Yeah, have you had
How
a
long have you gone?
Personal vendetta against, it doesn't need to be against a business, or it could be, but it could be against, I don't know, an old friend that wronged you or whatever. Lisa, hello.
Good morning.
Hey, Lisa.
Hey, Lisa. Okay, so we are talking about, when you're getting revenge on a company. What happened?
Oh, this wasn't anything happened to me, but I heard about it many years ago about a lady whose husband cheated on her.
Yeah.
And she waited for him to go away on business and went in the apartment and sprayed the whole apartment with a hose pipe, every room, every item, and sprinkled watercress on every single thing in the house.
Oh, man. A hose, like the garden hose.
Yes. So watered everything,
so
and then, because watercress you can grow in like wet paper towel, so it's going to grow in wet
And when
carpet for
he
sure.
when he came back, the whole apartment was literally covered with watercress.
Is that a good thing? Well, nice, keep it nice and cool. in summer.
Salad greens.
Salad, yeah, if you like. I'll just pick a bit of that off the wall.
I mean, you don't really want to sleep in it, I suppose.
No.
I
mean, it's petty and spectacular.
Yeah, he's stuck with me for years. Yeah, that's so funny.
Yeah, I know, isn't it? Brilliant work. Thank you, Lisa. Let's go to Rob in Carlisle. Hi, Rob. You there, Rob?
How you going?
Hey,
Yeah,
good, mate.
Okay, so have you waged a bit of a vendetta?
Yeah, look, I had a fairly vindictive ex-wife that gave me a lot of grief.
Does she have a hose?
A whole number of things.
Yeah.
So I was able to find out that she was on RSVP and was able to, get access. And I unblocked all the people she'd blocked, and I sent a wink or a request to all the people opposite to who I was.
Yes.
Just a wink.
So basically you hacked into her account and then were responding to undesirable people saying that, yeah, here's a wink.
Yeah, maybe that was something,
Yeah.
something that happened. Yeah.
Maybe that was something that
How did that work? Did you get a response? Did you hear what happened?
Look, I didn't, but I just had an enormous amount of satisfaction from just knowing,
I mean, that's what it's all about,
knowing
isn't
that
it?
her day was well.
And that's not you're not doing anything that's going to harm her or
Just a bit
cause
of fun revenge.
Just a bit of fun revenge. That's right. That's
Lighthearted
the best
revenge.
sort of revenge, isn't
Yeah,
it?
yeah, for sure.
Here's a postcard of a tropical destination.
Yeah.
I'm bringing your company down. But otherwise, lighthearted. All right, Deb's in Morley. Hello.
Hello, how are you?
Good,
Great,
Deb.
Deb. Okay, what happened?
It didn't happen to me, but it happened to a friend of mine who had a vendetta against one of his friends. And I can't remember the actual particulars, but he wanted to get him back in some way. So what he did was, you know those little silver security tags that they have on high value items? So
Yes.
when people,
Kind of got a little like a hologrammy thing on it. Yeah.
Yeah, those
Yes.
little things. He had one of those on an item that he'd purchased, and he popped that inside and concealed it in his friend's backpack. So every time his friend would go in and out of a store, the alarm would go off and he'd get his bag searched. And for weeks he couldn't understand why this was happening to him.
Yeah.
That's actually amazing. That's the perfect scenario.
I like that.
Because there's it's just an inconvenience, right? Without causing any physical harm.
Fun revenge.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's a perfect revenge.
Exactly. So, yeah, every time he went through, the alarms went off and he took weeks he couldn't get it.
Oh, that is brilliant. Oh, that's so
to search
funny.
his bag again.
Yeah.
What? I don't know.
Doesn't hurt anyone. It's hilarious.
That's so funny. Good work.
Yeah, that's the best thing. So,
Right.
yeah. But, yeah, it didn't harm. No harm. It was
Yeah.
just, like
No harm,
you said,
no foul.
inconvenience.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Fun revenge. We've got a Jurassic Kingdom prize pack, family pass, ride tokens, voucher to buy merch or show bags here April 11 to 27. Book now JurassicKingdom.com.au for epic thrills.
Don't award the prize yet. We've got one more. I know, right? Just snuck in. Michael, hello.
Hey, good morning, guys.
Okay.
Hey, Mike.
All right. It's gone from vendettas to just straight out revenge. What's happened?
Well, my dad's a real eye for an eye type person,
Right.
and this is one of my favourite stories of him. So a couple of decades ago, my mum was harassed at her workplace, and he really didn't like that one. He couldn't let it go. So he waited about 6 months, so there was no connection. And this man was an Italian who was very fond of his gardens and his lawn.
Yes.
And he went around at midnight with a whole bunch of water balloons filled up with Roundoff, and he threw them all over the garden to make it look like a war zone.
Man, that is... And
He waited all that time.
6
the
months,
premeditation on that is
That's
I'm going
right.
to get him in 6 months. And he obviously still felt it 6 months later.
Seething resentment.
I think he felt a lot better after that.
Okay.
I mean, the way
Water
to
balloons.
really, really attack a guy is through his lawn, isn't it?
no
And,
doubt about it.
Midnight as well. You're
I
waking
know.
yourself up.
Well, you can't do it during the day.
Yeah, of course. Round up in a water balloon, difficult, I'd imagine.
and also it's going to splatter, so you get that splatter
yeah.
effect as well.
Well done to your
I
dad.
know. You people, I'm not going to cross your dad,
Oh, it's
Michael.
got
That's
the
for
rippers
sure.
there.
I know, too good.
This is the Nathan, Nat and Sean podcast.
You were made to meet halfway. Expedia were made to plan where halfway is. Expedia, made to travel.
Auckland, LA, Vegas.
Oh my God.
Nova's Red Room Global Tour. Powered by Expedia.
Gracie Abrams' #1 album, The Secret of Us and hit That's So True is out now.
All right, tomorrow, another person is going to win their spot on Nova's Red Room Global Tour. It's your boarding pass to the world's biggest artists, up close and personal, all powered by Expedia.
Kicking off with an exclusive Nova's Red Room event in Sydney.
I mean, that's nice.
New Zealand, Gracie Abrams in Auckland, LA, Dean Lewis, and as I said before, everyone gets excited about Vegas because it's Vegas and you're seeing Jelly Roll and Post Malone.
I mean, that is massive.
Post Man.
All right, we're about to put somebody onto the list who could get the call back tomorrow. Karina, hello.
Hi.
Karina, this is very exciting.
You're one step closer, Karina.
Yay, very excited. Thank
And it's
you
only
so much.
one sleep away.
That's
too.
right. You don't even have to wait too long.
Yeah, the
You
call
could get
happens
the call
tomorrow.
back.
What do you like the most about this, Karina?
Oh, it has to be Vegas. Post Malone.
Have
Can't
you
go past that. Definitely.
have you been to Vegas before, Karina?
Certainly have. Got married there.
Oh, did you? Did you? By Elvis? Which one did you do?
Oh, no, we did the Bellagio. Bit more
Oh,
stylish.
you're classy. That's because you're classy, Karina.
How did you go with getting people over, Karina? Did you because destination weddings are cool, but not everyone can come generally. So how did you work it?
It was, we had a big holiday planned with just the immediate family. So we just decided thinking, so it was a very small, intimate wedding, and it was beautiful in the Bellagio.
So, Karina, did you know you were going to get married before you went there, or did you make the decision as you were there?
Yeah, no, we were engaged already and deciding on what we should do. And we thought, it was just perfect timing, and it actually works out that it's around our anniversary when this holiday is happening. So
It's meant to be, Karina. I smell fate.
Hey, Karina, did you have a hen's day, and did your partner have a bucks day over there?
No, not really. We had 2 young kids with us, so I know. So maybe
that
this
could have
time
been
we might.
loose as all get up.
We'll go loose this time.
Sean's got some tips for you.
Yeah, I've got some tips. I've got some places you can go. With a group, though.
All right. Well, have your phone handy
all
tomorrow,
by yourself.
Karina, because Ricky Lee, Tim and Joel could be calling you back. Good luck.
Awesome. Thank you so much, guys.
Seems
Enjoy
like
your day.
it's meant to be, doesn't it? Yeah.
Like
More
that one.
opportunities as the day goes on. Make sure you enter online or via the Nova Play now.
This is the Nathan, Nat and Sean podcast.
Tomorrow on the show, we're going to talk to Sergeant Ben Woods. You know, household name? No, there's a show called West Coast Cops, which is about English police officers coming to WA to be cops here.
Yeah.
And the challenges therein.
Yeah, like chasing a guy down when he drives a Toyota Prado down the stairs at Scarborough Beach and then having to chase him in the water. I mean, you don't get that in the UK,
no,
do you?
you don't.
I saw on the preview, there's one bit where there's an alligator in a bath that they're dealing with. I don't know any context around the story except there's an alligator in a bath.
Too funny. There should be more of it, to be honest.
Yeah.
So that's going to be fun. Plus, there's a big footy match on this weekend, Sean.
Yeah, so we'll catch up with the governor and see how he's
can't wait.
tracking.
Yeah.
And also, Fly Away Fridays is happening tomorrow.
Yes,
so
it
we've been
is.
talking to you during the week. You're a chance to be heading off to Balinesia.
That's right. We pick our favourite caller of the week and send them to Bali on Transnusa Airlines. How good's that?
So good. Sam Trousseau's up next. Where do we
Trousseau.
unpack what he came in and spoken to us about?
Trousseau,
a
you
whole
little
bunch.
weirdo.
Morning.
Sam?
Now, you went to the movies last night, Sam.
I did. Great time at the Rooftop Movies. Balmy evening, sun was setting. Great couple hours up there. It was really nice.
Was it a date, Trousseau?
Maybe a little double date. Yeah, I think so. Hopefully she thought so
Does she
too,
think
but I don't
so?
know. Yeah.
So you
We'll
bought
see.
in a box of popcorn today that was left over from last night.
Yeah, it's less than 12 hours old, and you guys were pulling the mickey, but it's got Maltesers in the bottom too. We did the popcorn and Maltesers in the popcorn.
Keep the Maltesers, get rid of the popcorn.
I didn't want to waste them.
You know, when you're on a date, though, didn't you do the old popcorn trick between the legs?
Sean. Hole in the bottom of the... No, Shawnee, you can't do that.
Samuel.
Said who?
Sam, come on.
Natalie's fallen for it that many times not taking her to the movies.
No, it was
Not
great.
again.
Great time, though,
God.
guys. It was a great movie.
What movie did you see?
Anora, which was...
Okay, that won
I saw that.
Oscars and things.
Yeah.
It's been
It's
on
got to be
Netflix.
bad. If it's won Oscars, it's got to be terrible.
It's the Russian one, right?
It is. She's an exotic dancer, and she falls in
You've
love
got me.
with the son of a Russian billionaire.
Yeah, so this is the girl that won the Best Actress Oscar.
She did, and
Yeah.
I was like, I'd heard there was a few risque scenes. 2 seconds in, nipple straight in there. So
I watched this one on the plane.
What about on the movie?
I watched this on the plane.
good film too. Yeah, good film too.
Next to two ladies, it was very awkward because I was sitting next to me and there was a
Ladies. Two
lot of
ladies.
nudity scenes. Anyway,
Yeah. So what do you do then, Ross?
I fast forwarded it, but then it kept coming.
That's even weirder, I reckon. That's weird. That looks like you're looking for more.
Certainly not a plane movie. Certainly not one to watch with the in-laws, but it was good.
The other thing with that, you got to time what time you go to the toilet after that, don't you, Ross?
No comment.
Nathan, Nat, and Sean is a Nova podcast. For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcasts.com.au. Nova.